Here are the 6 things you must do before traveling to Jamaica.
Come let me teach you patois now.
Hello everyone, welcome to Shan's Patois Academy, Jamaican Patois Simplified. My name is Shan and I'm from Jamaica. In today's video, I will tell you 6 things that you must do before traveling to Jamaica. If that's something you might be interested in, please keep watching. Remember a few months ago when you could just decide to go to Jamaica by Friday morning, book your ticket, pack your bags and be in Jamaica by Friday evening? Well, those days are over. Well, hopefully not over, but it's definitely on pause because now it takes a lot more preparation in order to travel. And traveling to Jamaica is no different. So here are 6 things that you must do before traveling to Jamaica. Number 1, before traveling to Jamaica, take the time to assess the risk. Assess your decision. Do you really need to go to Jamaica right now during a pandemic? Hey, I'm not judging you. I'm just saying, ask the question, assess your decision, and make sure that you really need to go there. In addition to checking if your passport is up to date, checking if you need a visa, checking if you have a visa, in addition to checking these things, you also need to make sure that this is a time where you absolutely need to be traveling. Number 2, if your answer to number 1 was yes, if you absolutely need to go to Jamaica for whatever reason, I know people travel for different things, for whatever reason, then the next step to take is to make sure that the borders of Jamaica are open. Now, recently, there have been a lot of developments, a lot of changes. The border is closed, then the border is open, then the border is closed. Because of the volatile time that we're in and the unpredictability of this entire pandemic, it is always a good idea to check to see if you can actually gain entry into Jamaica. Now, in order to check if the borders are open, a quick Google search can tell you that. But if you want something that is absolutely reliable, then please keep watching and I will tell you a website in step 5 that you need to use. Step 3, check to ensure that there are no restrictions for your country entering into Jamaica. What do I mean by that? In some cases, we'll have a country that they have discovered a new strain of the virus, or the virus has gotten out of control, or something like that happens, and then other countries will start closing borders to that country or start denying access unless it's essential travel from that country. So make sure that you check to see if the borders to Jamaica are open, can I enter from my current location? Step 4, visit your country's embassy or consular website, because even though Jamaica may be willing to receive you, what does your country say about you going to Jamaica? It's like your friend inviting you to a sleepover and you go home and you pack your bags and everything, and then your mom comes home and tells you that you can't go. It's like that. Make sure that you read what your country's website has to say about travel to Jamaica at that point. Make sure you can re-enter your country from Jamaica at that point. Jamaica is not the worst place to be stuck in. Being stuck in a hotel on the North Coast seems like a good idea, right? But can you afford it? So you have to make sure you take these necessary steps. So yes, Jamaica will receive you, but will your country encourage such travel? Is your country encouraging such travel at this time? Please check. Step 5. So now that you have done all of the steps 1 to 4, step 5 is probably the most important one. And this is to check what are the requirements for gaining entry into Jamaica. Now, these differ from time to time. Like I said, the whole situation is quite unpredictable, so changes happen often. So you need to be asking questions like, what is required for me to gain entry? How soon do I need to take the test before leaving my country? Can I upload it online? What are the requirements? What happens if I arrive in Jamaica and I test positive? What can I do? Can I afford quarantine? Do I need to pay for quarantine? There are so many questions that you need to ask yourself. And you need to make sure that you do all that is required, because you can either enjoy yourself in Jamaica, like recently, I think Gabrielle Union was in Jamaica and quite a few other influencers were in Jamaica. And then there was this person who made a whole YouTube video talking about what happened to her in Jamaica when she didn't follow the steps. So make sure you follow the steps and make sure you have everything before arriving in Jamaica. A great website to use is visitjamaica.com, and I will place their website in the description bar below. So if you are thinking about coming to Jamaica and you have followed steps 1 to 5, if the trip is a necessity, if you must be traveling at this time, and like I said, your definition of important might be different from others. You have to assess that for yourself. But if you must be traveling at this time, make sure that you follow steps 1 through 5 and check the website in the description bar below or other website. I'm not affiliated with any of these websites. I was just doing research and I found this one to be very good. But if you have other reliable sources as well, you can check those out. But make sure you do your due diligence so that you can have a great trip. Step number 6. Now you have done all of those steps. You have seen the requirements, what is needed for Jamaica. You have gathered your documents. You have done the test. You have uploaded your results. You have gotten the travel authorization. You have gotten all of those things. The next step is to check with your airlines. They may also have additional steps that you need to take. So check with your airlines to see whether or not you can board the plane. You know, there are many different steps that you need to take. Like I said in the beginning, this is not a time where you book a ticket in the morning or at the airport and just go where you're going. You need to be careful, you need to be cautious and follow the protocols. And one bonus tip could be considered, number 7, is please do a personal inventory. What are the requirements that you have for your person? Do you need to check in with your doctor? Do you need to inform your doctor that you are going to Jamaica? Do you have funds if emergency happens on the flight? What if you're stranded? Think about all the possible scenarios and try to make some form of plan for different kinds of outcomes. You know, if you are going to Jamaica on vacation, it is very different than if you're going to Jamaica to visit family. Because with the hotels, if you have extended stays, maybe you will have to foot those costs versus somebody just traveling home. They can stay with family maybe as long as they want. So please assess your own situation and have a plan just in case things don't go as you planned originally. Have a backup plan, you know, and just in case things that get a little bit crazy, you would have already thought about that and made necessary preparations. So now that you have checked and double checked and have followed all of these steps, You are now ready to enjoy your trip or take care of business. I know people travel for many different reasons in Jamaica. But while you're in Jamaica, please take the necessary precautions. Follow the local rules that have been implemented in order to try to control this pandemic. Try to wear your mask, sanitize, wash your hands, social distance. Try not to attend parties, large gatherings. You know, there's probably a curfew in place. Try to follow that as well. And try to have as good a time as you can have under the circumstances. Even though this video was basically quite a lot, probably to take in, I really do hope that you have a wonderful time in Jamaica. And something that could make your trip even more enjoyable would be to learn these 25 phrases that will be useful for tourists in Jamaica. Also, check out some other videos that are on this channel.
Are the bell that? Class done, you know. Take care of yourself, Zine. Please like, share, and subscribe. And please hit that notification bell so that you may be notified every time when I upload a video. Also, please follow me on Instagram for daily Jamaican patois vocabulary. Are the bell that? Class done, you know. Take care of yourself, Zine.